British police made a second arrest late Saturday in connection with a subway blast the day before in London, authorities said earlier on Saturday. Police had announced a significant arrest in the case after taking a teenager in custody in the port city of Dover. The second man was arrested 10 minutes before midnight by detectives from the Metropolitan Police's Counter-Terrorism Command Unit in the London suburb of Hounslow. He was arrested under the Terrorism Act and taken to a South London police station and held, Metropolitan Police said in a release out of its Scotland Yard headquarters. Scotland Yard had earlier said the first arrest, by Kent Police, would lead to more activity by authorities, indicating they may have leads on additional suspects in Friday's blast, which injured more than 24 people. Closed-circuit images collected after the incident purportedly show the person suspected of planting the device, the BBC reports. The teenager, arrested in the port city on the English Channel, was also being questioned under the Terrorism Act. Dover is a major ferry port for travel between Britain and France. Related, Trump comments on London attack draw rebuke from UK leaders. The suspect, who was being returned to London for questioning, has not yet been charged or publicly identified, authorities said. "We have made a significant arrest in our investigation this morning," Deputy Assistant Police Commissioner Neil Boshu said. He warned that the investigation was continuing and that the terrorist threat level remains at critical, meaning a government task force that includes the security services believes another attack is imminent. British Home Secretary Amber Rudd says it is much too early to tell if authorities knew of the suspect in the London subway bombing. Prime Minister Theresa May said raising the threat level Friday to the highest point was a proportionate and sensible step. Police called on the public to remain vigilant. Hundreds of soldiers were being deployed across the country Saturday at key public places under Operation Temporar, which involves the use of the military. The beefed military presence will focus on London and the southeast of England, but is being described as a light touch, meaning on a lesser scale than after the deadly Manchester Arena attack in May. According to the BBC, the Islamic State group has claimed responsibility for the attack, which it said was carried out by an affiliated unit. Police haven't said if the teenager is suspected of planting the bomb that went off Friday at 8:20 a.m. aboard a commuter train in Parsons Green Station or whether he played a supporting role in a possible plot. The explosion and subsequent stampede on the District Line train injured 29 people, including some with burns. None of the injuries was believed to be life-threatening. The train normally carries commuters, including school children, from the suburbs. Police were examining closed-circuit TV images and the remnants of the device for possible clues to the perpetrators. Images from inside the subway car after the blast showed that the device, concealed in a plastic shopping bag, had been placed in a bucket with wires hanging out of it. The station was reopened Saturday, officials said, restoring some normalcy to London's transport network after a day of severe disruption. Officials said the bomb was intended to do grave harm to commuters. Analysts said the injuries would have been far worse had the entire device exploded. "They were really lucky with this one. It could have really become much worse," said terrorism specialist Magnus Ranstorp of the Swedish Defence University. Britain has endured 4 other attacks this year, which have killed a total of 36 people. The other attacks in London, near Parliament, on London Bridge and near a mosque in Finsbury Park in North London, used vehicles and knives. In addition, a suicide bomber struck a packed concert hall in Manchester in northern England, killing 22 people. That attack in May also briefly caused the threat level to be set at critical. Contributing, Associated Press.